style, man.
Went live and
Let's go UFC style.
went
And also,
Gypsy and
in that video where he challenged me to a boxing match,
what he said was
he's clearly
wild
on something.
and
I mean, dude, like,
people shocked.
you don't sit there and grind your teeth and, you know, be bobbing the music that's not there. And
So here's the tea, and trust me, it's scalding. The Gypsy Rose Blanchard love triangle we all thought was fading into the background? Yeah, it's back, and this time it's even more chaotic. Ken Urker, who's currently playing the role of the devoted partner, and Ryan Anderson, the ex-husband Gypsy left not too long after leaving prison, have taken their behind-the-scenes tension and turned it into an all-out digital street fight. And babe, it's not just a couple of shady posts or passive-aggressive likes. We're talking full-on livestream rants, public call-outs, and the kind of insults that could cut through steel. It all started when Ken decided he was done with sly digs and went straight for the jugular. He issued a public fight challenge to Ryan. And not just a, let's meet in private and handle this like adults type of thing, no. Ken wanted the cameras, the audience, the whole influencer boxing treatment. Picture it, gloves on, rules in place, clean hits only, all wrapped in that wannabe YouTube star energy. But Ryan? Oh, he ate that idea alive. He didn't just turn it down, he mocked it into dust. When he went live to respond, he laughed like Ken had just proposed a thumb war instead of a fight. Ryan's whole vibe was, you're not trying to fight me, you're trying to get views off my name. He called the challenge a clout-chasing move straight out of the Logan Paul playbook, and basically said if Ken was really serious, he'd throw away the gloves, scrap the rules, and step into something closer to UFC territory. No padding, no referee, just bare knuckle, let's see who's still standing to chaos.
in that video where he challenged me to a boxing match, he's clearly on something. I mean, dude, like, you don't sit there and grind your teeth and, you know, be bobbing the music that's not there and, you know, talking a mile a minute. And yeah, like, dude, you're clearly on something. And shame on you, Gypsy, for allowing him to do that in front of your daughter. I mean, come on, Gypsy, you're better than that. At least I thought so. But either she didn't know, number one, she didn't know, or she's just like, whatever, he's on vacation, or number three, she's doing it with him. But I'm hoping she didn't do that with the baby. I'm hoping. I pray that she didn't do that with her baby. But she shouldn't have that dude around her like that when he's on that shit. Number one. And I made a rule a long time ago. You don't fight dope heads, okay? You don't fight people on dope. Number one, I don't want their blood on me, okay? Nothing against them, but I really don't want that on me just because.
That's when Ryan started picking apart the whole thing piece by piece. He said Ken wasn't interested in proving himself physically, he was trying to manufacture hype like a reality TV producer. He painted him as someone who needs drama to stay relevant. And when the live stream chat started teasing Ryan with, "Maybe you're scared," comments, he snapped right back. He claimed Ken wouldn't even know what to do if they bumped into each other in real life, that all the chest puffing would disappear the second there wasn't a camera there to capture it.
Seriously, if he was walking down New Orleans, and he saw me come around the corner, he would literally piss his pants. Like, for real. I believe that, or he would seriously sit there and piss his pants. Because he know I would mess him up. Like, challenge me to a boxing match, man. Yeah. Hair transplant didn't work, did it, Kenny? You ain't got no fucking hair right now, so whatever. Anyway.
But Ryan didn't just want to hit Ken with your fake energy, he also slipped in a little ego bruise. He said the only reason Ken even felt confident enough to challenge him was because he thought Ryan was the smaller guy. According to Ryan, that's the wrong assumption to make because size doesn't win fights, skill and grit do. And then, because Ryan knows how to really twist the knife, he threw in a dark little joke about how maybe Ken actually enjoys the idea of being punched, suggesting that this whole stunt wasn't about settling beef at all, maybe Ken wanted the attention or even the pain that came with it. And here's the part where it stops being just macho posturing and turns into a soap opera. Because all of these threats, these insults, these challenges, they're over Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And Ryan was more than ready to spill what he thinks is the truth about her role in the feud. According to Ryan, Gypsy's been pulling strings from the very beginning. He says that when she was with him, she couldn't stop bringing up Ken's name, and when she was with Ken, she constantly mentioned Ryan, not out of curiosity or care, but with the clear intention of planting seeds of jealousy. He claims she was the one always reaching out to him first, never the other way around, keeping that line open just enough to stir the pot. And Ryan swears she knew exactly what she was doing, light a spark, step back, and watch both guys burn over her. Now that the two men are publicly snapping at each other, Ryan thinks this is exactly what she wanted all along: chaos, attention, and both of them focused entirely on her.
Style, man. Let's go UFC style. And also, in that video where he challenged me to a boxing match, he's clearly on something. I mean, dude, like, you don't sit there and grind your teeth and, be bobbing to music that's not there and, talking mile a minute. And yeah, like, dude, you're clearly on something. And shame on you, Gypsy, for allowing him to do that in front of your daughter. I mean, come on, Gypsy, you're better than that.
But if you thought that was the biggest bomb Ryan had to drop,
Oh no.
babe, the mess was just getting started. Because in the middle of all this, Ryan made a heavy accusation about Ken. He claimed that when Ken filmed his fight challenge video, he didn't just look hyped, he looked wired. Ryan said it was obvious to anyone who had seen it before, jaw grinding like he couldn't stop, swaying side to side as if there was music only he could hear, talking so fast his words tumbled over each other without fully making sense. Ryan said it screamed, something's in his system. And that's when Ryan's whole energy shifted. He went from laughing at Ken to sounding genuinely concerned, not for Ken, but for Gypsy's young daughter. He said there was absolutely no excuse for allowing that kind of behavior around a child, and that it was dangerous, full stop.
A minute, and yeah, like, dude, you're clearly on something. And shame on you, Gypsy, for allowing him to do that in front of your daughter. I mean, come on, Gypsy, you're better than that. At least I thought so. But either she didn't know, number one, she didn't know, or she's just like, whatever, he's on vacation, or number three, she's doing it with him. But I'm hoping she didn't do that with the baby. I'm hoping. I pray that she didn't do that with her baby. But she shouldn't have that dude around her like that when he's on that shit. Number one. And I made a rule a long time ago: you don't fight dope heads. Okay? You don't fight people on dope. Number one, I don't want their blood on me. Okay? Nothing against them, but I really don't want that on me just because I don't. And what's the point of knocking his teeth out? Because if he keeps doing what he's doing, they're gonna fall out anyway. I mean, let's just be realistic. If he keeps doing what he's doing, they're gonna fall out anyway. And he was clearly on something when he did that video. I love when people are like, "Oh, how do you know he was on something?" Somebody just said, "How do you know?" Like, really? I know the symptoms. I know the signs. I'm not an idiot. I mean, I'm not an idiot.
And just when you think Ryan's rant was done, he flipped the table again. He admitted, almost like a confession, that when Gypsy first got out, he actually believed she'd turn her life around. He said he thought motherhood would be her wake-up call, that having a baby would settle her down and push her toward better choices. But now, after everything he's seen, he says that hope feels embarrassing in hindsight. Ryan reminded everyone that this is the same Gypsy who, according to him, once left her baby alone for days just to go out drinking. So when it comes to the possibility of her letting Ken use drugs around the child, Ryan says it doesn't sound far-fetched at all. What stings him most, he admitted, isn't even Gypsy's choices, it's the fact that he gave her the benefit of the doubt. He put faith in someone he thought would grow, only to watch her dive headfirst into the same kind of chaos he thought she'd escaped. Then came the speculation, and it wasn't pretty. Ryan laid out 3 possible reasons Gypsy might tolerate Ken's alleged behavior. Maybe she genuinely doesn't know. Maybe she's seen it but doesn't consider it a big deal. Or, and this is the one Ryan really hoped wasn't true, maybe she's doing it with him. He said he hates even thinking about that possibility, but with the way things have been going, nothing would surprise him anymore. From there, Ryan couldn't resist roasting Ken. He took a jab at his live stream habits, saying that when he turns the camera away, it's to take a sip of his drink, not to snort something. He doubled down on his claim that he doesn't touch that stuff, never has, and never will. Then, in classic no-filter Ryan style, he called Ken a dopehead again and warned that if he keeps going down that road, he's going to end up with a smile full of gaps, just like other long-term users. Ryan said he's not guessing about this, he's certain. He claims he's been around that world before, he knows the signs, and he's seen them all over Ken. Grinding teeth, zoning out, bopping to imaginary music, it's all there, especially in that infamous video where Ken challenged him to a boxing match. And then, to really twist the knife, Ryan painted Ken as someone who's not just on something, but also living off Gypsy, a man riding around in a Jeep that Ryan hinted might not even be in Ken's name. Then things took a nastier turn. Ryan brought up one of the most serious moments of the night, Gypsy's accusation that he'd done something inappropriate in front of a child. His entire demeanor changed. He wasn't smirking or making snide jokes anymore, he looked visibly upset. He called the claim a flat-out lie, a dangerous fabrication that could ruin someone's life forever. And what really set him off? The fact that Ken stood by Gypsy's story, doubling down and even daring Ryan to sue him if it wasn't true. Ryan's response wasn't to get defensive, he just laughed, but not that "this is funny" kind of laugh. It was the type you give when something is so absurd you can't even bother arguing. He brushed Ken off as a man with no real credibility, saying that if someone's entire lifestyle is dependent on their partner, they shouldn't be taken seriously when making accusations like that. But Ryan wasn't just going to sit in the heaviness. Before ending the live, he pivoted and brought on a woman named Ashley. Their conversation instantly shifted into playful territory, joking about what it would be like if Ryan had his own Lifetime reality show. They tossed out over-the-top title ideas, laughed at how dramatic it would be, and even took a few subtle swipes at Gypsy's life after lockup appearances.
Not the best. That's not the best. Like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking on that one.
This is insane. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you picked me. Wow. Oh my God. Sorry. I've had some wine.
Well, I've had some Dr. Pepper, so.
Oh, okay. I mean, Dr. Pepper's great. Have you ever had Cheerwine? Cheerwine, the North Carolina cherry cola.
Nope.
You gotta come to North Carolina.
You know, I actually have a good friend of mine. She lives in South Carolina. Her name's Misty. Misty, if you're out there, love you, sweetie. She's been trying to get me to come visit her and her husband and her daughter for a long time. So
you should go. You should go and then come to North Carolina.
Oh yeah, come see you just on a whim.
All of North Carolina, but yeah, come to Charlotte.
Oh yeah. All right. So if I came to Charlotte, you'd show me a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, there's good stuff to do. Like I mean, if it's a Saints-Panthers game, I'll be down. I mean, no doubt about it.
I mean, I went to a Panthers-Buccaneers game and that was great.
Okay. Well, did y'all win?
Before Antonio Brown kind of had his little meltdown.
Was that at that game?
No, not at that game, but it was before he had his meltdown.
Okay. Well, did y'all win or did y'all lose?
Oh, we lost.
Oh, that sucks. Damn it.
But we now have Bryce Young, so we're doing kind of well, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Bryce Young, he's gonna turn it around maybe. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping he doesn't, just for the simple fact because I'm a Saints fan. But people are predicting the Saints to have the worst year of the.
Ryan admitted that his time with Gypsy didn't just take an emotional toll, it wrecked his future in ways he never saw coming. Being tied to her name cost him 2 teaching positions, roles he'd fought hard for and genuinely loved. For years, he'd built a career he could be proud of, shaping young minds and making a real difference. But the moment people learned he was involved with a convicted felon, one who had played a part in her mother's death, it all crumbled. Schools didn't want that kind of controversy walking through their doors. Now, instead of standing in front of a classroom and guiding students, Ryan finds himself scraping by making content online. It pays the bills, but it's a far cry from the life he imagined. That, he says, was the wake-up call. The biggest red flag had been there from the start, dating someone with a murder conviction, and he ignored it. He learned the lesson the hardest way possible, and now, his boundary is crystal clear: no more inmates. Not now, not ever. It's not about bitterness, he doesn't hate Gypsy or wish her harm. But he finally sees her for who she is, and he knows exactly what the relationship cost him. Then came a lighter moment in the live stream. Someone in the chat brought up the necklace, the one longtime followers might remember, and Ryan laughed, holding it up for the camera. He told the odd little story of how Gypsy used to be weirdly obsessed with it. Every time he wore it, especially during prison visits, she would light up, become extra affectionate, and make a big deal about how much she loved it. At first, he thought it was ridiculous, but eventually, it became their thing, a private, playful symbol of connection. But after the laughs faded, Ryan's tone shifted again. He made it clear that his relationship with Gypsy had never been about chasing fame or building a following. His intention had always been pure, to love her without conditions, to offer her the kind of protection and safety she may never have known. He stood by her, gave her his whole heart, and believed she would treasure that. Instead, she turned on him. She didn't just leave, she walked away and then tried to take everything good he still had left. He swears he wasn't some clueless guy stumbling into Gypsy's life without knowing the baggage. Nope, he walked in fully aware of the headlines, the past, the crime, and the drama attached to her name. Still, he believed in second chances. Thought maybe she'd turned over a new leaf. What he didn't factor in. Just how deep her game could run when it came to twisting a situation. He says it wasn't just heartbreak, this was betrayal on steroids. And then came the part that made thousands of viewers nearly choke on their snacks. Ryan claimed Gypsy's entire relationship with Ken is built on one thing, and it's not love. According to him, she told him straight up last July that if she hadn't been pregnant, she would have left Ken and gone back to Ryan. Let that sink in for a second. This wasn't some random internet rumor, Ryan swears he has the receipts. And the timing? Wild. That alleged text lines up perfectly with the moment Gypsy went public with her pregnancy announcement. If true, that flips the whole fairy tale love story into a, well, I guess we're doing this, situation. But before viewers could fully process that bombshell, his live stream vanished. 1 second, thousands of people are glued to their screens, the chat's blowing up, like skyrocketing past 2 million, and the next, black screen. Gone. No warning, no, thanks for watching, just silence. Ryan didn't skip a beat, though. He jumped back online to say he had a gut feeling someone from Gypsy's circle pulled the plug, maybe even Bree, her spokesperson. His theory? That particular detail about her staying with Ken purely because of a pregnancy could torpedo her carefully crafted public image, and they weren't about to let that go viral. Of course, Ryan also floated another possibility, plain, old-fashioned jealousy. His live wasn't just big, it was exploding. The kind of numbers that make people sweat, especially if you've been trying to control a narrative. Maybe certain folks didn't want Ryan's name trending alongside Gypsy's, not when he was riding a wave of attention this massive. And the timing was just too perfect. He drops the most damaging claim yet, and boom, stream's dead. So now, the question isn't just what Ryan knows, it's who doesn't want you hearing it. Was it damage control from Team Gypsy? Was it a jealous rival pulling strings? Or did someone simply decide the truth was getting a little too loud for comfort? Either way, babe, this pot is still boiling, and if you think this was the last twist, you haven't seen anything yet. And that's where we'll leave it for now, because if this saga has taught us anything, it's that the next twist is probably already brewing. So hit that like button, share this with your friends, and smash subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Trust me, it's about to get even messier.